युद्धृच्छया च औपन्नम स्वर्गद्वारम अपावृतम सुखिनः क्षत्रियाः पार्थ लभन्ते युद्धम ईदृशम. Hello friends, this is the 32nd shlok of the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and in today's video we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says Yudrichya cha opannam, which means with effort they attain and descend Swargadwaram apavritam, which means at the open door of heaven. Sukhinah Kshatriyaha Partha, which means happy are the warriors or Kshatriyas, O Parth, Labhante Yuddham Idrisham, which means who obtain a war like this. So in the previous slok, Shri Krishna was telling Arjun that for anybody, the pursuit of Swadharma is the only thing worthy of performing, and for a Kshatriya, that is the warrior, the Swadharma is to fight in a righteous war. Now, in this shlok, that message has been continued, and Shri Krishna is telling Arjun that those warriors who get a chance to fight in a righteous war, they feel fortunate and happy because such a pursuit is going to open up the doors of heaven for them. Now, over here, the word used for heaven is Swarg, and if you look at the meaning of this word Swarg itself, as in the origins of it, then you see that it means going to sun. So Swa basically is coming from Su, which is similar as Surya. So Su also means something good or something prosperous or something which is very good. That's why we have the word Sundar, for example, for good looking, or a nice path is Sugam, or when we have something which is, when we feel happy, then the word Sukh is over there. So that Su as a word, it comes from there. It is basically related to light in itself, and then it ends with Ga. Ga also is a root for going. So Swarg in that sense is going to happiness, pleasure, light, knowledge, and things like that. So that is what Swarg actually means. And you should notice over here that Shri Krishna is not telling Arjun that after death they go to Swarg. He just says that they attain Swarg by fighting in such a war, which clearly means that Swarg is not something like a heaven or Jannat that has been mentioned in other traditions. It is actually a mental state to a certain extent, and also you can say living at a higher level of reality. So you can understand it as in the life of an animal or the life of someone who is ignorant is relatively inferior to the life of someone who has knowledge. And so the person who has knowledge is actually living in Swarg in comparison to the person who is living in ignorance. So that is what is the meaning of Swarg over here. That is to live on a higher plane of existence in a happy state, in a state which is full of knowledge and light. The people who are actually fighting the righteous war, and let's be very clear over here that the righteous war or the Dharma Yudh here does not mean fighting against other religions. It is not a fight in that sense. It is not a fight in terms of the fight between Hindu Dharma and some other Dharma. It is the fight of righteousness. Over here, Arjun is also going to be fighting his own loved ones over here, and he is fighting it for establishing the righteousness or Dharma in that sense. So those people who fight to for a right cause to establish Dharma, they definitely attain the peace of mind that that is basically the experience of Swarg. Because if you are not performing the right thing, if you are not really fighting a righteous war, then to a certain extent you are then becoming responsible for the increase in unrighteousness. As Manusmriti has said, Dharmo rakshati rakshata, which means basically that if you are going to protect the Dharma, then Dharma is going to protect you. So if you are not really protecting the Dharma, then you are basically protecting adharma, and if adharma increases, then you will also not be protected. So the righteous war in that sense is something that will lead to happiness, not just for you but also for other people, and that increased happiness and that satisfaction that you feel in fighting for it is something which definitely is the feeling of Swarg. And as has been previously explained already by Shri Krishna, that fighting in such a war and dying in such a war is immaterial, because this body anyways is mortal, and so it is anyways going to die. The Atma which is inside it, which resides inside it, it is eternal. And so any good deed that it performs, it will carry that deed with itself and then come back in this world. So those kind of things is what we have to understand over here. I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.